What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Well, this is actually going to be with weeks 3 and 4 of the Get a Grip experience. Joined again
Yeah,
by the legendary Sports Experience. How are you doing today?
good. I'm happy with that legendary title, actually. It's not what I would use to describe myself, but I'm happy with it.
I mean, you decided to guest host with me, so that makes you legendary.
That's true. It's true. All right. Are you doing the games?
Before we start with the games, I would just like to say the Lakers are world champions.
That's right. I forgot. I forgot to mention that. Yes, the Lakers are world champions. They should have won it when they had the Black Mamba jerseys, but that's neither here or there.
Alex Caruso should have won Finals
Yeah.
MVP.
I don't know if I made one NBA video. I wish I could cover the entire NBA thing. It's just I got so focused on football. But I made one NBA video and it's just me showering praise on Alex Caruso the entire time.
I need to
So
see that.
technically I was one technically I was the one who predicted he would win MVP or do good in the finals. So I'm just gonna take all the credit right there.
Also, I believe you want to bring up the next topic.
I don't really want to bring it up. I don't.
You don't want to talk about Le'Veon Bell?
Oh, that one. I want to talk about that. We are going to the Super Bowl, okay? We're going to the Super Bowl. There's no doubt about it. The Chiefs signed Le'Veon Bell, and now we are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just signed him, literally 30 minutes ago. We signed him from the Jets, and now it's a 1-year deal. We have no idea how much it'll be. And the first game that he can play is Week 7. That's the first game he can play because of all the COVID testing.
Yeah.
Against the Broncos. And then Week 8, play the Jets. We're just going to feed him the rock. We're just going to hand it off to him so he can stomp Adam Gase.
And I want to bring up the next subject.
I think it's the one that I'm thinking of, and I don't want to talk about it.
Alex Smith coming back.
Oh, that. You're just going to keep confusing me, aren't you?
Yes. That was an
My
amazing
brain.
moment.
All right, until we get to the dreaded
It was an amazing
Alex
moment.
Majogan. Yes, it was amazing. And then, of course, the entire world held their breaths. They watched Aaron Donald sack him.
I know, right? If he got injured right there,
Can't Aaron Donald just let him have his moment? Jeez.
that was a very sad game to watch. I bet I hope the Steelers trade for Dwayne Haskins. I see very big potential in him.
I don't. What have you seen that is signified? This guy's good.
He's from the state of Ohio and he's young. That's like Big
Wow.
Ben.
Just
When we
Big
first
Ben.
got him. When we first got him.
Yeah, when you first got it, he's not young anymore. I've seen nothing out of Dwayne Haskins that would make me think, yeah, this guy's gonna be good someday. He's just been missing reads. He blows throws. Granted, he's had 3 different offensive coordinators, but still, geez, he hasn't looked good at all.
Yeah, he did have a pretty good game. I believe week 3 or maybe no, not week 4. Week 3 he had a pretty good game.
I think he had won like a couple games ago, I think, but that was it.
And I don't think you want to talk about this subject either.
I'm not even gonna guess because I know it's not what I'm thinking of, so I'm not even gonna bother guessing.
Dak Prescott's injury.
Yeah, that was brutal.
It was hard to watch.
Also, one of those predictions now. You did predict them to go into the NFC Championship game. Where do you have them now? You care to revise your predictions?
So, this is hard for me to say. I still think they're going to win the division.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
And I think that they could still... I think they'll still make it to the divisional round.
No.
We'll make it past the wild card, not the NFC Championship.
Who would they be able to beat? Let's just hypothetically say they somehow... they beat Tom Brady when Brady forgot the down.
That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but I mean, Dak's injury, it was brutal. Like, watching him, like, try to pop his ankle back into place. Essentially, the bone just separated from his body. I mean,
Yeah,
I think that was, like, the medical thing, too. I think his bone literally detached.
it was. The replay was horrible. Tony Romo calling it a
Yeah.
cramp. That was such a Tony Romo.
Tony Romo calling it a cramp. Like, Tony, you've had enough injuries in your life. I think you could diagnose whether that was a cramp when his entire ankle is, like, separated from his foot.
I
He
don't
was paid
like.
$17 million to diagnose severe season-ending ankle injuries as cramps.
I think. I don't know. I can't even say anything about that. It was just disgusting when he called it a cramp.
A cramp. Yeah, oh man, like I wasn't watching that game because I was deeply in sorrow about the Chiefs game.
He just
So
huddled in the
I got
corner.
yes, I got an ESPN alert saying Dak Prescott carted off the field, and then it came with the video, and I watched the video, and I was like, that is terrible, and there goes all of the Cowboys' dreams.
The only good news that came out of that is I was playing the dude in fantasy who had Dak Prescott as a starting quarterback. So
So really, his injury didn't even matter at all. Isn't that how, like, I guess I wouldn't say selfish, but how we think of athletes, how we view them is like they're entertainers. As long as like
he's
they do well,
he's
as
getting
like
$34 million a year, no matter if he gets injured. So
not
I
a
think,
year, not a year.
oh yeah, for this year for the franchise. But
Oh yeah, I
still,
want to ask you about that. Do you think this hurts Dak Prescott's like financial aspect? Like, do you think this hurts him getting a long-term contract in the future?
I think that if this was last year, he would not be coming back in the Cowboys jersey.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I
And
mean, yeah, it's gonna be rough. I bet they re-sign him, just not like a huge deal.
I bet that they use a $37 million franchise next year just to see if he's still going to be good. And then if he's not that good, they need to draft a quarterback.
It'll be like the same year, except he's healthy. If I'm Dak Prescott, I'm leaving that team because it's clear Jerry Jones doesn't want you. I'm leaving because you know you're gonna get picked up in free agency. Like you're gonna get picked up by the Dolphins, the Jaguars,
The Steelers, pick him up, Steelers. Let him. That would be good. I would enjoy that.
the Washington football team. He could get picked up by those guys. I mean, like there are so few quarterbacks out there that it's like, well, all these teams that need quarterbacks, let's just pick them up, see what happens.
I believe that he really shouldn't leave this year because either the Jets or the Giants would probably pick him up.
Yeah,
Because,
I mean, like, you've got to know like where you want to go at this point. And then Dan Quinn got fired. You see that?
yeah, that was a
And
good
he's been
move.
injured. Yeah, it's
Right.
a long overdue.
It was way too late.
Yeah, they should have kicked him to the curb last season. But then he just used all of his assistants as an excuse. It was like, see, it's not me, it's them. And then he fired those guys. And now he's fired because it was clearly not them.
Disappointed. I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah, he should have done way more. And like he was like supposedly a defensive minded head coach, worst defense, one of the worst defenses in the league.
Yeah,
And like,
way behind the Steelers.
okay, all right, I'm gonna have to hear that a lot, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it. All right, what's the next game? We go on a tangent.
Oh, we haven't even
That's
started
gonna
with the
happen.
games.
We haven't even started. Oh my gosh. I think we started like we talked about a couple like injuries in the NFL.
Oh wait, I'll let you kick it off, but I want to start you with the game of the week. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
The Vikings and the Seahawks. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No. You know what I'm talking about.
The Chargers and the Saints. Yeah.
Okay, that was actually a good game, but
fine. We might as well get it out of the way. The Chiefs lost to the Raiders 32-40. Kill me.
and the Chiefs blew, what was it, 20-point lead? 21?
It was not a 20-point lead. We did not blow a 20-point lead.
You guys had 24 points in the first half.
So did they. They had 24 points too. Because their defense. Oh my gosh, our defense. Well, so I made an episode. I don't know if you watched it, but it was just all pain and suffering. Like, it
Oh,
was just Chiefs tears.
I was too busy watching the NASCAR Charlotte Roval race. That was a good race.
Oh, yeah, I saw you have a second channel, right? It's like a NASCAR channel.
Yeah, I also got a third channel, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I've never seen that channel. I don't think, because I don't follow NASCAR at all, whatsoever.
If you ever watch a NASCAR race, just know that Kyle Busch is the best.
Okay, I've heard like a little bit like isn't like F1 something like that? What's F1?
Get out of here. Don't talk about F1, except for Lewis Hamilton. He's goated.
I know. Here are the names I know because I listen to a podcast that mentions F1 a lot. I know Lewis, like that guy, and I know Nico Hulkenberg only because I like his name.
I respect that so much.
That's how I find my favorite athletes. I just look at their name and I'm like, yeah, that's a good name. Like, there are so many things you can do with Patrick Mahomes' name. Like, Patrick Mahomes is my homie.
Wow.
Or I want to be with Patrick Mahomes is my home. Like, see, like you can do things with his name. It's a fun name.
We should probably start with the games.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we want to go in depth about the Chiefs, let's go watch my recap episode. But
I'll leave a link in the description down below.
Thank you. In short, the Chiefs had no offensive line. They collapsed.
They never do.
Thanks to Kelechi Osemele getting injured. I don't blame him. I want to get that out of the way. Obviously, it's an unfortunate thing that happened to him. But the offensive line just couldn't back him up. Like, the Mike Remmers just couldn't stop anybody. And then our defense played way too aggressive. We tried to blitz way too much, but we couldn't get any pressure. And that left man coverage. And you know what our secondary is bad at? It's man coverage.
Your secondary is bad at everything.
That's true. They dotted us up 4 50-plus yard gains. 4. That's unheard of. 4. I mean, that's something that should happen to, like, the Jets, not the Chiefs.
It was a fun game.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
it was a disappointing game.
The sad thing about that is that Derek Carr looks like a good quarterback.
Okay, here's my point. I don't think Derek Carr's bad. He has a really good deep ball, actually. But the Chiefs made him look like Aaron Rodgers. The Chiefs made him look better than he actually is. I'll just say that. I don't want to, like, tarnish him, but I think the Chiefs made him look better than what he actually was. If that makes any sense.
Yes, that is absolutely true. The bad thing about this is that the Raiders are going to go down a hole and they're going to sign him for like 28 to 35 million because this is a contract year for him. And then he's going to suck. He's probably going to get injured.
I say kick him to the curb. Bring in Marcus Mariota. Kick him to the curb. What is he going to do for your franchise other than eat up cap money?
You know who else does that?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Alex Smith. I don't like a single player on the Steelers except for now Chase Claypool. Minkah Fitzpatrick, he's cool too.
You don't like Chase Claypool?
I do like him.
He has a great nickname. Have you heard it?
I don't think so.
So, and this nickname needs some backstory. So he's from Canada. So what his teammates call him is Mapletron. Like Megatron, but now he's Mapletron because he's from Canada.
I love it.
What a great nickname. Like that sole reason is the only reason why I picked him off of Fantasy Wires. Just because I'm a sucker for good names. All right, what was your next game?
My first game.
Sorry.
First game. I think we'll kick it off.
15 minutes into recording.
Oh no. Let's kick it off with a banger. Steelers versus Eagles. Chase Claypool. 4 touchdowns. 1 on the ground, 3 in the air. Man was a beast.
Oh yeah, he played great. And the Steelers, this is an important stat. They were 13 for 13 on third downs. They never failed on third down.
Yeah, that's how they do.
I mean, like, the Steelers are legitimate, as much as it pains me to say that. Like, they look like a legitimate team.
Just like the Bills.
Yeah. I get it. Funny. Uh, uh, I want to know, how do you think the Steelers are going to play against the Browns? Because the Browns are on a hot streak right now.
Because of Myles Garrett, I hope that we get him suspended again.
You want revenge for Mason Rudolph?
Absolutely. I don't like Mason Rudolph because I'm a Baylor fan, but bro.
I wish we could have had a bot. I wish we could have done this a year ago when that happened, because I would have loved to hear your reaction.
I would have lost my
You would have lost your mind. It would have been amazing. That would have made for great content.
Would have been
all about content.
It would have been a very good episode.
But yeah, I think something that's concerning for the Steelers, and the only reason I'm not saying this only because I want to spite you, I'm actually saying this as a legitimate concern. The Steelers kind of let the Eagles crawl back into that game a little bit. Like, they started playing down to them.
We always did do that. We did that with the Broncos, which was scary.
Mm-hmm. As you do play down to your competition a little bit, which is concerning.
Very concerning. I'm actually kind of scared to see what the Browns can do. But Odell Beckham looks like he's going to be out because the NFL said he can't play with the illness, no matter if it's not
really?
COVID.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like, they said, like, any symptoms are done.
That's smart.
Yeah.
But like,
I
if
agree
sneezes during a game, they can't, like...
You're done!
You're done.
And you
Get out of here.
don't do it on camera either.
They just zoom in on this dude on he sneezes on the sideline.
They zoom in on Patrick Mahomes as he's on the sidelines and he coughs. Suspended!
Because of Gilmore.
Because of Gilmore. That was a biological attack. I want to make that clear. That was a biological attack. Belichick knew, and he failed because Patrick Mahomes is superhuman, and he has different blood cells. Better equipped to handle COVID. All right, my next game was the Bengals versus the Ravens. Oh, wait, no, that was your game. Sorry. It was the Buccaneers versus the Bears. And this was an ugly game. There wasn't a ton of offense from this game at all. Nick Foles, like, he couldn't do much, but he was better than Trubisky. And the big climax of the game, the thing everyone's talking about the game, is that Tom Brady forgets that it's fourth down and throws the ball. He throws an incompletion, forgets that it was fourth down, which ends the game. What are your thoughts on this?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it? Oh, that's so perfect. Coming from a Steelers fan hating Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, every time he played the Steelers, he cheated. We should have been in the Super Bowl every time he was in it. Even the year we went 4-12, we should have been in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady's already, like, you scarred me for life because of that Dee Ford play 2 years ago. So, like, I just don't like him for that because I feel like he mind-controlled Dee Ford to step onto the false start line. Can anything else explain it? The man is a trained professional, and he stands on the line. I'm still bitter about this.
Well, how would you explain offensive linemen doing false starts? They're trained professionals.
Yeah, well, it's because, like, you know, it's loud. They get a little confused.
Oh,
but Dee Ford's standing.
Yeah, Dee Ford doesn't do that.
Dee Ford is, that's impossible. Dee Ford is standing on the line of scrimmage. I'm just saying, something has to click somewhere that says, when
You there?
cut out for you, but I was complaining about Dee Ford a little more.
Yeah,
I'm still bitter about it.
It's probably a good thing it cut out.
Next game.
All right, my next game, Ravens versus Bengals. I'm not even going to talk about it. Joe Burrow played poorly. Lamar Jackson played poorly.
I mean, what's he going to do? I mean, like, that Bengals offensive line is trying to get him killed out there. Like, they're not doing anything.
It was atrocious.
Yeah. Bad game.
First of all,
Ravens win 27-3. Jeez.
It makes me feel good to see that the Bengals are losing, but I would have enjoyed this a lot more if the Bengals won.
Yeah.
because I'm not liking how the Ravens are doing good.
I think you need to be concerned about that AFC North. Because you're in the AFC North, and the Browns, Ravens, and the Steelers all look really good.
I
It could be
mean,
a tight division.
technically, we are still leading the division, so
Technically.
we're still
Technically.
undefeated. Technically, we have the best record. Oh wait, no, not technically, but
No. No. No.
we still have tied for the best win percentage in the league.
Yeah. You know who's also in first place in their division? The Dallas Cowboys at 2-3.
Okay,
So
but it's the NFC East.
yeah, true. I don't even know what's going on with that division anymore. I think they should just get banned from football. None of those teams deserve to make the playoffs.
I feel like Clemson could actually beat the New York Giants.
They could. They probably would.
We're starting to
They
cut that
probably would.
conversation again.
The Giants stink. Let's just say that. They stink.
It's actually really hard. It's really hard to watch.
Mm-hmm. Same with the Jets.
I feel like the Jets have a better team than the Giants.
All right. So I always give myself the Minshew Mania game, only because I like Minshew Mania. And like I advocated for him when the voting was going down, so of course I'm on his side. But the Jaguars lost to the Texans 14-30 in a must-win game for the Texans because they don't win that game. Then Bill O'Brien's yelling at the top of his lungs, "See, it wasn't me, it was the team. They shouldn't have fired me." So this was a must-win game for the Texans.
Yeah, honestly, if they did lose this game, I would be laughing so hard right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like there would be no excuse, but then they were just gifted a free win because the Jaguars played terribly.
That was another hard game to watch, honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of bad games in the NFL in this week,
A lot of,
especially the Chiefs losing. Like that was rigged. I'm just gonna say it.
yeah, totally.
I don't know how it was rigged. I just know it was. Oh man. What's your next game?
My next game, another atrocious game. Niners versus Dolphins. Oh gosh.
Oh, see, I use this as ammunition because I live on the West Coast and I'm surrounded by 49ers fans. So I use.
There we go. I enjoy doing that. I really do. So Jimmy G played horrible, 2 interceptions. Fitzpatrick 350 passing yards.
Did you mute me?
Yes.
Did you mute me?
Yes, I did.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh. Do we need context? Is that you're a little bit of a 49ers fan, and that's why he muted me, because he doesn't want to hear me trash talking his second favorite team, which I will do.
Also, Preston Williams. Pretty good game.
Dude, who is Preston Williams? I have no idea who that is.
Exactly. 106 yards, wide receiver for the Dolphins.
See, like, the stats aren't showing up for me for some reason. Like, when I like go into, like, the official page, and like the stats.
Google and Siri are actually having some problems. I'll ask who won the game, and it'll say, the game starts at 11, and it's going to be like 3 o'clock.
I tried. I was, like, trying to figure out when, like, the Chiefs game started, like, on Saturday. It was, like, or not on Saturday, on Sunday. And it was, like, the Chiefs game starts, and it was, like, no, the Chiefs game is playing. Like, when I was trying to figure out the score, and, like, the Chiefs game starts at 10 a.m. And it's like, no, the game is playing, because I know that because it's 12 a.m.
Yeah.
I gotta fix Siri. We should go into Siri headquarters and tell them to fix it.
What's your next game?
So, my next game, let's see, what is my next game? I had the, wait, just forgot. I had the Vikings at Seahawks, I believe.
Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah, I had the Vikings at Seahawks. This was a really good game. I want to hear your stance on this. Should they have gone for it when it was 4th and inches, or should they have kicked the field goal?
I always, no matter where I'm out on the field, if it's 4th and 1 or lower or 4th and inches, I'm going for it.
Mm-hmm. I can definitely hear that, especially because like the Vikings running game, it was like demolishing the Seahawks.
And then they just started to kick the gosh dang field goal.
They did not. No, they didn't. It was at the end of the game. I think you're
Oh,
remembering
I'm thinking
something.
of the different one. Sorry.
Yeah. So they ran the ball, but they ran an interior run when he should have bounced outside. And he ran inside when like the entire Seahawks defense was expecting it. So they stuffed him. And now Russell Wilson, he comes down the field, scores, extra point, boom, wins the game because Mike Zimmer, he didn't kick the field goal, which would have put him up by 8, and he didn't get the first down, which would have ended the game completely. They were up by 6 at this time. It was 26-20. So, I mean, like, I think they should have kicked the field goal. I'm like one of the only persons saying that they should have kicked the field goal because for me, I know Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson, right? But if you kick that field goal, the worst case scenario is that they come down the field and score and get a 2-point conversion and you go to overtime. That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I didn't watch this game. I was watching the Lakers win the finals.
I was flipping back and forth between that.
Honestly, though, if Caruso hit that dunk, game over.
That was a good game. I mean, for the Lakers. That was a terrible game for Miami Heat fans.
Jay Crowder is horrible at shooting.
You know who's horrible at shooting? Danny Green. That's like the only NBA stuff.
No, I'm done. I'm done with that. You don't talk about my boys like that, okay? I just muted you again, just so you know.
Yes, I know that, and I was just talking trash about you to my audience that I'm recording to.
Oh no. Yeah, wait, I'm pretty sure that I can just mute you because I'm the host of the meeting.
I don't think you want to do that. Or I'm gonna go on a rant on my channel. All I did was I said, "Wow, what a jealous Lakers fan." So that's all I said. So please don't kick me.
I could if I wanted to.
Okay, all right. That's
So
classic
watch your
abuse.
mouth.
It's classic. That is classic abuse of power right there.
What's your next game before I kick you out?
All right, it's the Colts versus the Browns.
Another bad
The Browns
game.
won that. I know, another bad game. Phillip Rivers, can we declare him washed?
Yes, we declared him washed 2 years ago.
Yes. I mean, like he always throws interceptions in crucial situations. He just gives the ball to the other team. It's like, do you have any clutch bones in your body, man?
The only clutch person in the league is LeBron James.
Yeah, he's not
even in the league.
He probably gave all of his clutch bones to his 9 children. I mean, jeez.
I love making jokes about how many kids he has.
Going on number 10. All right, what's your...
Gridiron Heights does a great job with that.
Oh yeah, Gridiron Heights. I love watching that.
My favorite thing is Kyler Murray's voice.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'll watch this one, because I feel like they'll make fun of the Chiefs, and I don't want to hear it.
Actually, they don't. It's an Among Us episode.
It's an Among Us one? Oh, I gotta watch that. I gotta watch it. Dude, okay, can we go on we're gonna go on a tangent for a little bit. Among Us is addicting for me.
It is.
I don't know if it's me, but every time I want to get out, it's like, I'll just one more round. And that turns into like 5 more rounds. It's addicting.
Especially when you play only one imposter. I play one imposter just because I like good storytelling.
Good storytelling? What is this, a movie?
Yes, sir.
I mean, like, it's so satisfying. And I know this sounds like I sound like a demented criminal when I say this. It's so satisfying getting away with the bloody kill.
Wow, you sound just like all the Chiefs fans I've ever met.
I'm gonna get arrested. But I mean, it's so satisfying pulling it off and then lying about it. It's so satisfying.
They're gonna take this off of YouTube.
Dangerous content.
Only for viewers 18 years or older.
Age restricted. Alright. What's your next game?
Cowboys and Giants. Oh, that was it. It was an absolutely horrifying injury to Dak Prescott.
Jeez. We talked about it earlier. It was a super bad injury. He's out for the season. And Andy Dalton came in, led the team down the field, bailed out by 2 amazing catches by Michael Gallup.
I absolutely despise Andy Dalton. But, he never beat the Steelers, so.
He never did beat the Steelers. That's true. You know, I mean, would you despise him more if he beat the Steelers?
Yes.
I think it's just like every division will inevitably end up hating everybody else. Like I'm so glad I don't like one of the New York teams, because then I would have to, like, those New York people are, I'm guessing, are very mean. Like, New York fans, I'm guessing they're mean.
I think they're just worn down because neither of them have been good since 2012 when the Jets lost to the Steelers in the divisional round.
Yeah, I mean, like, the AFC West is bad enough because we got a bunch of crazy Raiders fans, and I'm fine saying that only because I know I'm never stepping foot in Las Vegas because I'll get murdered.
I went to the season opener last year. And
season opener? Why? Why would you put yourself in that danger?
Because I got tickets. Also, we bought him when Antonio Brown supposedly was going to play.
Yeah.
And so I decided to wear an Antonio Brown jersey to the first game.
Oh, man. Yeah. See, like, you're not an AFC West divisional rival, but if I walk in to Raiders Stadium, when it's a Raiders home game, if I walk in wearing a Chiefs jersey, I'm going to get beat up after the game. And that was more true in Oakland than it is in Las Vegas, I think. But it was especially in Oakland. Like, you're getting beat up after that game if you're wearing a Chiefs
jersey. You have to wear a coat after. You have to wear a coat over your...
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, any rational Chiefs fan would bring in Chiefs gear to an Oakland game. Like, that's like a recipe. Like, hey, murder me, guys. I have a target on my back.
Can we talk about how the entire first game, every time, like, Tyrell Williams or Darren Waller caught the ball, all the fans would yell was F-A-B, except they'd say the actual word. And it was on Monday Night Football, and you could legitimately hear the fans. So they put signs on the big screen and said, "Please be quiet."
That's so great. That's so great. Here, I don't know if you probably don't remember it, but I remember watching a Chiefs game. It was like 5 years ago. Jamal Charles ran into the end zone, starts celebrating to an Oakland Raiders fan. And an Oakland Raiders fan takes a beer and dumps it right into his face. And as me and my dad are watching this, we look at each other and we're like, did he really just do that? And then we see out of the corner, like in the corner of the screen, as they're celebrating, a security person like talking on their mic. So like that guy probably got banned for life.
I mean, Jamal Charles is one of those dudes who I hate, but I respect.
I love Jamal Charles. Jamal Charles did so much
for
a bad team.
Did he play with the Broncos?
I don't think so, no.
I thought he left.
I refuse to believe if he did. I mean, like Jamal Charles is one of those guys like Tony Gonzalez. Like, those guys, I will have my eternal gratitude for.
Yes, he did play for the Broncos.
He did?
Uh-huh.
Jamal, you traitor! Why would you do that? When you search up Jamal Charles, he comes up in a Broncos uniform on Wikipedia.
That is perfect.
What? Okay, I need to... He's in a Broncos uniform when you search him up on Wikipedia. That's ridiculous. Somebody needs to edit this page.
You probably could. I mean, anybody can edit it. No,
when I edit it, I think the Wikipedia people don't like me. Because I once put Tyreek Hill. I added in Hill at the extra. And literally, I get an email saying, please do not edit the Wikipedia pages. So I've made a point to never go on Wikipedia articles again. I boycott them now.
You sound like every teacher I've ever heard.
You're not wrong. I despise Wikipedia now. I refuse to go on it.
But it is a very reliable source.
It's super reliable. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with tens of thousands of humans having access to one document? What could go wrong?
Oh my gosh, they just put up the thing again. Please donate $2.75. That way.
I know! Keep doing that. Donate!
And look at, they said, for the first time recently. Bro! You just did this like 8 months ago.
Yeah. Give us money so we can ban you with our bots.
All right, we should probably get back
Oh
on
my
topic.
gosh. Oh yeah, what were we talking about? I forgot. I completely forgot.
I'm just going to my next game, Falcons and Panthers.
We don't even need to talk about this.
Actually, Teddy Bridgewater had a pretty good game.
You know who had a good game? Mike Davis. And let me tell you, I'm gonna brag about this. I picked up Mike Davis on the waiver wires the game before they went against Atlanta, and I put him in my starting lineup. And all my friends call me crazy for doing this. And he got me 29 points. So, who's crazy now?
I would have called you crazy too, but I added him to my dad's team. And I'm glad I didn't pay my dad this week.
Yeah, he had a really good game. He had like 80 yards and a receiving touchdown, I believe.
Yeah. Also, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I kind of do mean to brag.
Oh, yeah,
I won by 103 points this week in fantasy.
103 points.
Yeah.
What is the scoring in your league?
The
Did
scoring?
they just juice the scoring?
No, it's one quarterback. Here, I'm gonna
Did they like?
I'm gonna find the
Did
box
they, like-
score.
Did they like juice the scoring in your league? Like give more points for touchdowns?
It's just 6 touchdowns. I created the league. Yeah.
What did?
Final score 170. Oh, it was just 101. Sorry about that.
Oh my gosh.
174
Weird
to 73.
Wait, so is that a Yahoo league?
No, it's ESPN.
What? I don't think I've ever come close to winning by 100. I don't think I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody win by 100.
Deshaun Watson, 37 points. Derrick Henry, 19 points. Josh Jacobs, 22 points. DK Metcalf, 27 points. Darius Slayton, 21 points. Darren Waller.
All your guys got like 20 points, probably.
Darren Waller, 15 points. Mike Evans, 15 points. And then on my bench, I didn't start Darrell Henderson Jr., but he had 21 points.
I don't even know who that is, I'll be honest.
Rams running back. Of course you
I knew the guy, but I barely knew who that guy was. All right, we should move on.
We got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes before this meeting ends? Oh, yeah. Man. Let's speedrun it. Speedrun it. Chargers versus Saints. Great game for Justin Herbert, but then the Chargers choked because the money badger, that's what the Chargers kicker calls himself, the money badger, missed the field goal. Saints go down the field and score, and then Anthony Lynn makes a bad play call for a slant. Justin Herbert throws it behind a guy. He gets tackled. Clutch tackle by Marshawn Lattimore. Saints win 30-7 in overtime in a great game.
My game, I have the Rams versus the Washington football team. Jared Goff, pretty good game, 309 yards. Alex Smith makes his very not memorable return. Rams win.
Sacked 8 times. Oh my gosh. Finally, let's end it off with the Bills and the Titans. This is our last game, right? You don't have any more?
I got one more.
You got one more? All right. Well, I want to end on the Bills and Titans, so I want you go.
All right. I had the Arizona Cardinals versus the Jets.
We don't need to talk about that. That's a free win for the Cardinals. Free win for the Cardinals.
Kyler Murray, 380 yards. Jamison Crowder, 116 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 131 yards. And Chase Elliott shouldn't have won at the Roval.
How many times does it need to be said? Adam Gase needs to be fired. How many times do we need to yell that before they actually fire him? I mean, all right, let's end it off. The Bills versus the Titans. Titans, they looked like a team that had been practicing all week. You would never have known just by turning on that game that the Titans hadn't practiced for 2 weeks. 2 weeks they hadn't practiced. And they came in, beat the Bills 42-16. Josh Allen and the Bills didn't look very impressive. They were dropping passes. Poor defensive play in the red zone. And Ryan Tannehill almost broke his ACL on celebrating a touchdown.
Yeah. So
all right. And I'm very happy with that because now the Chiefs are going to play the Bills. Hopefully they're very sad and they won't even show up on Monday night.
Thank you everybody for watching. I just have 2 more things to say. 1, LeBron James is the GOAT. And 2,
Michael Jordan is.
No, he's not.
Michael Jordan is.
And the last thing I want to say, Kyle Busch's crew chief made a horrible call by staying out.
I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna agree with you. Is that like a racing thing?
Yes, it's NASCAR.
Nice. All right. I've heard that NASCAR is trash.
Whoever said that,
Or
they're
can you
trash.
tell me what you find? I know this is like repeated everywhere. Can you tell me what do you find enjoyable? Seeing a bunch of cars drive in a circle.